Welcome back to Europe's House Tour. Today we're heading into Garfagnana in Tuscany, a region surrounded by hills and mountains where life moves noticeably slower than in the famous tourist cities. We're looking at two homes. The first one is listed at €23,000. It's about 60 square meters and located in Rontano near Castelnuovo di Garfagnana. The second one is slightly larger, 74 square meters, priced at €25,000. This one comes with a cantina and a small private garden, and it's located in Camporgiano. Both properties are priced far below the regional averages, and while they're not luxury homes, they can still make sense if you're serious about investing the time and planning into them properly. So let's take a closer look together. Castelnuovo di Garfagnana is the kind of town you visit once and suddenly understand why some people choose it as their landing place after years of pushing hard. Not because it's flashy, not because it's trendy, but because the rhythm here just feels right. Mornings usually start with cool air that carries the scent of forest and damp stone. In the distance, mountains wrap around the valley. Nobody seems to rush. People walk slowly. They talk softly. Life follows the seasons. In some places, time feels like it's running ahead of you. In Garfagnana, it feels like it's walking beside you. And right in that quiet setting, there's a small village house in Rontano that makes people pause for a second when they hear the price. It's listed at €23,000. What makes it interesting is that it's described as being in good condition, usable. A low-budget entry, but not a total renovation project. The kind of place where you could move in and then improve things gradually over time. This is a traditional terra-tetto village house. 2 levels, around 60 square meters total, with about 55 square meters of usable space. You enter directly into the living room on the ground floor, and the main feature immediately stands out: a large fireplace. The kind where you can already picture winter evenings sitting close to the fire, hearing the wood crackle. Next to it is a compact kitchen, simple, practical, perfect for everyday meals. The staircase leading upstairs is a metal spiral, slightly unusual, very practical, space-saving, and it gives the house a bit of character. Upstairs, you'll find a fairly spacious double bedroom and a bathroom with a window. That window matters. In many village homes, bathrooms can feel enclosed. Natural ventilation makes moisture easier to manage. One detail that really helps this house breathe compared to others in the same price range is the roof. The description mentions significant maintenance done recently. In mountain areas, the roof is the one thing you don't want to worry about right away. If the roof fails, everything below follows, so knowing it's been maintained recently removes a major early concern. Now, about location and services. Rontano itself is a small hamlet, so most essential services are in Castelnuovo di Garfagnana. The drive is about 9 kilometers, usually 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the road and weather. There, you'll find supermarkets, pharmacies, banks, the train station, and Santa Croce Hospital. So if you're staying longer than just a few days, you're not isolated. You still have a functional service center nearby. From a lifestyle perspective, the area offers exactly the kind of experiences people imagine when they think about slow living. Lago di Vagli is a popular spot, about 20 to 30 minutes by car from Castelnuovo. The sea, toward Versilia and Viareggio, is farther, usually a 1.5 to 2 hour drive, more of a day trip. And if you like snow, Abetone ski area is also within reach, roughly 1 to 1.5 hours by car, depending on conditions. Now let's talk numbers, because that's what gives context. At €23,000 for roughly 60 square meters, you're looking at about €383 per square meter. The average asking price in the Castelnuovo di Garfagnana area is around €1,156 per square meter. And if you widen the lens to the province of Lucca, the average is about €3,617 per square meter. Put those numbers side by side, and you see why people call this a low entry point. It creates a certain buffer, especially for someone viewing real estate as a long-term hold or a second home to use gradually. Of course, a low price never means zero trade-offs. Heating and moisture control are still things to consider, especially in a mountain climate and in a ground floor village structure. And while the spiral staircase adds charm and saves space, it's something to think about if you want easy daily movement between floors. But when you balance those points against the entry price and the fact that it's described as livable, many people won't see them as deal breakers, just practical factors to plan for. So here's a quiet question for you. If a place is peaceful enough, green enough, close enough to lakes, the sea, and even snow, and there's a house at this kind of price, could that become your future landing place? Now let's move to the second property, located in Poggio, part of Camporgiano, still in the Garfagnana area of Tuscany. If the first home felt compact and simple, like a small two-level village house you could ease into, this one feels more like a renovation project with a bit more room to play, both literally and figuratively. The asking price is €25,000 for 74 square meters. That works out to roughly €338 per square meter. Meanwhile, the average asking price in Camporgiano is around €860 per square meter. So again, from a numbers perspective, this is a light entry point into Tuscany. The apartment sits on the ground floor in the frazione of Poggio on Via San Blagio. What makes it stand out compared to many low-budget listings is the presence of clear secondary spaces. Inside, you have 2 double bedrooms, a spacious living room, a kitchen with a traditional Garfagnino-style fireplace, and 1 bathroom. Downstairs, accessed via an external staircase, there's a private cantina of about 15 square meters. On top of that, there's roughly 50 square meters of private green space at the entrance. You could think of it as a small garden for exclusive use. At this price range, having both a cantina and a private outdoor area is a noticeable advantage, especially if you're thinking long-term living or a private weekend retreat. But this property is described as needing renovation. So this isn't just buying a space to move into, it's buying a project. With a ground floor layout and a cantina below, you'll want to pay close attention to moisture control, drainage, and the condition of electrical and plumbing systems. If handled properly, those improvements can make the home stable and durable. If overlooked, costs can escalate faster than expected. In terms of location and services, from Via San Blagio, it's about 2,750 meters to the center of Camporgiano, a manageable walk for some, or just a short drive. In the center, you'll find a bank, pharmacy, primary and middle schools, cafes, and basic services. There's also a bus stop roughly 270 meters away from the house. The nearest train station is Poggio Carrigine Vagli, serving the area. So you're not completely isolated if you don't want to rely on a car all the time. As for the surrounding environment, Camporgiano has Rocca di Camporgiano just a few hundred meters away, a historic fortress that gives the town a strong identity. Selva del Bufardolo, a forest adventure park, is about 1 to 2 kilometers away. Lago di Vagli is reachable by bus or a short drive. More broadly, you're still in the heart of Garfagnana, where mountains, forests, and lakes create a natural retreat ecosystem. From a pure investment perspective, this isn't a flip opportunity. The local market grows slowly, and liquidity isn't comparable to major cities. But if you're looking for a property with private outdoor space, a cantina for storage or flexible use, and you're willing to put in renovation work to shape it into a personal mountain escape, then €25,000 for 74 square meters in Tuscany becomes a number that makes people pause. So the question here isn't whether it's cheap. The question is whether you're ready to step into a renovation project in exchange for privacy, outdoor space, and your own small piece of Garfagnana. Today, we didn't just walk past walls, staircases, or empty rooms. What usually stays with you at the end is a very familiar feeling of whether something this affordable is truly an opportunity or just a trap wrapped in the silence of the countryside. And if you're still here, maybe you're at that exact point. You're no longer looking at a house as a product, you're looking at it as a question about how you want to live. Because honestly, videos like this were never just about cheap houses. They're about choosing a different way of living. There's a clear line between owning to live and owning to carry a burden. Owning to live means the house becomes the place you return to, your breathing slows down, the running costs don't keep you awake at night. Over time, life actually feels simpler. Owning to carry a burden is when you step in because the purchase price is low, but then you get pulled into ongoing upgrades, repairs, improvements, and before you know it, you didn't buy relief, you bought another responsibility that costs you worry every month. The real value, if you're calm enough to see it, is very practical. Living costs in places like this are often lighter. Maintaining a small home or a village house can be far less demanding than carrying a fixed payment in an expensive market. And when you can control your operating costs, something shifts. You regain agency. You're no longer forced to chase rising prices. You're not working from a place of fear. You can live more sustainably, longer, at your own pace. I often imagine a simple moment after you've settled into a place like this. You open the window in the morning. You hear the town waking up, not loudly, just gently. You walk out to buy a few things, greet someone you recognize, exchange a few words. By midday, the house feels cooler than you expected. In the afternoon, sunlight falls slowly across the wall. In the evening, you cook something simple and sit quietly, not because you have nothing to do, but because you're no longer forced to run. It's not romanticizing anything, it's just a version of life that can exist if your expectations are aligned with reality. So let me ask you something. If we put price aside for a moment, what matters most to you when choosing a home that helps you live lighter? Is it quiet, convenience, or the feeling that you control your costs and your pace? Leave a comment if you'd like. We read every one. Sometimes your story makes this journey feel more real than any house we show on screen. Thank you for staying until the end. If this perspective feels helpful, you're welcome to subscribe and continue opening more doors across Europe with us, slowly, clearly, and realistically.